G'day guys, welcome back to AFL Legends Unite. I'm Darryl Atkinson and today we're going to be reviewing the Western Bulldogs and Sydney clash. I was actually quite surprised by this one. I was amazed that the Dogs actually got up quite comfortably. I completely underestimated them and their abilities. And it comes down to the clearances. It just came down to the clearances. I was just a bit worried that the Swans will get the hit out numbers and will be able to get the clearances and really hit back, and their forward line will be dangerous. And yeah, I was absolutely stunned and amazed. Like the Swans did start off the game with the first 4 goals. So with the first 4 goals of the game, and the Dogs just hit back in style. They managed to get back the lead, and then there were just several lead changes in the third. They got out to a decent lead in the third. What was that margin? I might have it written down. Doesn't say. Oh wait, here we go. Yeah, 28 points. The Dogs got out by, and Swans hit back again. They stole the lead midway through the fourth, but just did not have the polish or the style to hold off the Dogs, who are just ferocious in those clearances. I was really amazed by it. Like when you look at the list, you look at the talent. You see the Dogs. They don't really gain a lot of clearances against the Swans, but they definitely did it on Friday night. And they just dominated them. Like, they had 8 more scoring shots than Sydney. They just ran over them. 412 disposals to 352. That just gives you an insight. Dogs were more keen on kicking it than handballing. Free kicks, well, let's not go there. 31 to 18. Favour of the Dogs. But clearances, 35 to 34. Inside 50s, 58 to 54. Contested possession, 169 to 153. Tackles, Dogs win by 10. Hit-outs, Dogs win by 16. Wow. That just goes to show you how much the Dogs have in terms of the ability to use those centre clearances and to score, because centre clearances are the key to winning games, and the Western Bulldogs did it with style, and it was good to see Bob Murphy. He was playing very good footy. Bontempelli got back to his best. The Dogs supporters love Bontempelli. They worship him. But yeah, it was definitely. It wasn't a game that lived to its expectations in terms of, well, for me anyway, everyone's got their own opinion, but I was expecting a much more closer game. I was expecting it to be a bit more lead changing, but then in the later part of the second half, I was expecting the Swans to just take off, but it was completely the opposite to what I was expecting, which is good. It adds a bit of surprise and amazement to the game. And you can't really just ignore that. So yeah, Bontempelli had 30 disposals. The dude's a bloody legend. But Jake Lloyd for Sydney had 34. That was quite interesting because Josh Kennedy only had 24, and that's usually, Josh usually gets those stats. But yeah, he just didn't. He just didn't perform. They didn't perform to their high standards, it's fair to say. So anyway, looking at the goals, Cloak, Collingwood really need him back, and they're never going to get him. He kicked 3 goals, goal leader there for the Western Bulldogs. However, the game goal leader, for the entire game was Sydney's Reid. He kicked 6, I think it was 6-1. He was outstanding. He was absolutely ferocious. Franklin got 4. Newman, Florence, Laidler all got 1 each. Going back to the Dogs, as I said, Cloak and Stringer, they got 3 goals each. Bontempelli 2, along with Boyd and Picken, and John, Murphy, Hunter, and Suckling got 1 each. The Dogs will play Fremantle at the main stadium. I expect them to win and win quite easily. The Dockers aren't looking too good at the moment, and obviously the Swans will take on the Collingwood Football Club at the SCG, and I'm expecting the Swans to hit back in that one because starting the year 0-2 wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting to at least have that one win against Port Adelaide, but Port are just another beast altogether. Well, that's what they're shaping up to be. So yeah, and it was actually quite good because it was good to also see the Dogs finally unveiling their 2016 Premiership flag. A long time coming, that's for sure. But yeah, there was a lot of tears, and it was just great to see how different AFL has become to what it used to be. You know, you used to have, Collingwood, Essendon, Carlton always winning the games and the premierships. You might have Hawthorn here and there. But yeah, that was really, and Collingwood and Richmond, and that was really about it. That was usually what the olden days were, but now we got teams like South Melbourne, aka Sydney now, Western Bulldogs, still Hawthorn unfortunately, Geelong, Brisbane Lions, who used to be the Brisbane Bears after merging with Fitzroy. So it's just changed quite considerably, and anything's possible with these teams, with the Dogs or the Giants. So it's going to be quite interesting how the year's going to continue to pan out. But yeah. It's so far entertaining. Entertaining is the word I'd use. So yeah, that's it for me, guys. Hope that gives you a bit of insight to the game. Just like to thank you guys for supporting me in this. Every bit of support helps. Every comments that I receive, aka feedback, is very helpful. So yeah, you guys take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.